All right, so today we're going to start at the top of Conversation 9, page 28 of the PDF.
But that isn't actually chapter 9, is it?
They might be the same. It says 9-1. As we discussed last week, we found a version that kind of has things a little more labeled and hopefully a little less awkwardly translated.
Oh yeah, it seems to be chapter 9, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just different translations call it Conversation 9, since the whole book is, in fact, like a big conversation between Arjunan and Krishna.
I wasn't
Isn't
aware
it
that we
Arjuna?
Arjuna, thank you. I couldn't remember his name off the top of my head, and I couldn't
and-
quickly find it on the
Arjuna.
page. I don't know. I was
I'm kind of
close.
kind of surprised that we are already at chapter 9. I didn't
Yeah,
think we were already that far.
we
Okay.
were. I think last week we switched to maybe just doing a. Were we just doing a page each?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do this time. I think it's easier that way, and then we get longer breaks. So I'll go ahead and start us off here. If and then we'll go in order. Krishna said, "To you, devoid of envy, I am going to reveal the greatest mystery, the wisdom by knowing which you will get free from the bondage of the material existence. It is a
Love
sovereign
sentences.
science, a sovereign mystery." What was that, Max?
I love their sentences. It's just like technically that is still a sentence, but damn, you're pushing it.
The supreme purifier. It is cognized
Hell yeah.
through direct experience as the righteousness grows. It is easily realized and gives imperishable fruits. They who deny this knowledge do not attain me and return to the ways of this world of death. By me, in my unmanifest form, this entire world is pervaded. All beings have roots in me, but I do not have a root in them. Yet all beings are not in me. Behold my divine yoga, supporting all beings, having no root in them. My essence represents the power that sustains them. That's a great sentence that where like contextually or culturally words kind of don't translate the same.
Hmm.
Behold my divine yoga. Like I realize the word yoga has a lot of meanings, but if I
Yes.
just go with like the American culture knowledge of the word, it's
Oh, it means
hilarious.
almost nothing. Right. It's just like, look how far I can bend over. Clearly, I am the supreme, for I can, do crow pose. Check that out.
Check this out. Hold my beer. Um,
Right.
oh, where was I? As mighty wind blowing everywhere exists in the space, even so everything exists in me. Try to understand this. At the end of the Kalpa, O Kaunteya, all beings are consumed by my Prakriti. Pra- Prakriti. In the new Kalpa, I produce them again. Oh, this is where the universe starts and ends again, and right over and over, like it just
Yep.
yeah. Entering into my Prakriti, I create anew all beings, them powerless by my power. These actions do not bind me, unruffled, unattached to actions. Under my supervision, Prakriti gives birth to the moving and the non-moving. This is why, O Kaunteya, this cosmic manifestation functions. The insane disregard me when they meet me in the corporal human form, for they do not know my supreme divine essence. They are astray in faith, astray in deeds, astray in knowledge, wandered to the dead in demoniac, demoniac,
Demoniac.
demoniac, indulging in lie. But Mahatmas, O Partha, having transcended my divine Maya, serve me purposefully, knowing me as the inexhaustible source of creations. Some of them praising me always. I got a cough now. Me always, ardently aspiring to me, simply worship me with love. Others, making sacrifice of wisdom, worship me as one and multiform, present everywhere. I am the active sacrifice. I am the sacrifice. I am also the butter, the fire, and the offering. I am
So
the.
that requires a little context.
That requires a lot of context.
Um, so the sacrifice on the fires of Agni
Mm-hmm.
is one of the oldest rituals we have as any sort of human religion practice.
Yeah.
This was like proto
Mm-hmm.
Indian. This was long ago.
Ooh.
And it was essentially they would create this elaborate space, and there would be a ritual fire in the middle, and you know, as we would commonly associate with sacrificing foods to the gods, you like take some of the best stuff, you
Mm-hmm.
burn it for them, the smoke goes up and gives them your message or favor or whatever, and then you ask for, I don't know, rain, good harvest, etc. Um, and you put fire or you put butter in the fire to make the flame bigger to make sure they see it, stuff like that. So he's clearly referencing those types of rituals and
Mm-hmm.
trying to uh, sort of give them a nod because, like, he's the end result of that practice, right?
Right.
So he's saying even this old timey shit still has favor in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little
I mean,
context for it.
just as an aside, when I went to that, we have these yoga centers here, and they also still occasionally do that, just sacrificing butter and fire. So
Mm-hmm.
that's still done actually.
Sweet. Keeping the old traditions alive.
Okay. Where were they? I am the father of the universe, the mother, the support, the complete knowledge, the purifier, the mantra Om. I am also the rig, Sama, and Yajurvedis. I am the destination, the beloved, the ruler, the witness, the adobe, the refuge, the loving, the beginning, the end, the basis, the treasury, the inexhaustible source. Wow.
Yeah.
Krishna a lot.
You got all that shit up in there.
All right. This is already a much better translation than we were reading last week.
Indeed.
All right. It is Ben's turn.
Yeah. I give warmth, I hold back or send forth rain, I am immortality and I am death. I am the manifest and non-manifest, O Arjuna. Those knowing the Vedas, drinking soma, devoid of vices, worshipping me with sacrificial deeds, asking of me the way to paradise, they reach the world of quote-unquote gods and partake of divine feasts. Having enjoyed this vast heavenly world, they return to the world of mortals when their merits are exhausted. Thus, following the three Vedas, indulging in worldly desires, they attain the perishable. They who aspire to me alone with steadfast faith and devotion, thinking about nothing else, them I present with my covering. And even they who are devoted to gods and worship them with full faith, they worship also me, O Kaunteya, though in a wrong way. All sacrifices are received by me, for I am the Lord, but they do not know my essence and therefore fall away from the truth. Those worshipping gods go to gods, those worshipping ancestors go to the ancestors. Those worshipping the spirits of nature go to the spirits of nature, and those who devote themselves to me go to me. If one offers to me with love even a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I accept this as a gift of love from the one pure in the Atman. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you sacrifice or offer, whichever feat you perform or conteya, perform it as an offering to me. Thus you will break free from the fetters of action that produce good or bad karmic fruits. Having united with the Atman through sannyasa and yoga, you will attain the liberation in me. I am equal toward all beings. To me there is no hateful or dear. But verily, they who are devoted to me with love, they are in me and I am in them. Even if the most sinful one worships me with undivided heart, he should be counted as righteous, because he decided righteously. He will promptly become a performer of Dharma and attain eternal peace. Be sure he who loves me will never perish. All who seek refuge in me, O Partha, even if they are born by bad parents, women, Vaishyas, Shudras, they nevertheless come to the highest path. How much more it concerns righteous Brahmans and wise Rajas full of love. So you, being in this joyless world, seek refuge in me. Fix your mind on me, love me, sacrifice to me, revere me. To me you will finally come, being consumed by the Atman, if you have me as your highest goal. Thus in the Upanishads, blah blah blah, it's called the Ninth Conversation. Arjuna
Wow.
enters.
Very exciting. All right. Conversation 10.
Oh, this is my favorite one.
good good news. It's either Sam or Max's turn to read.
I'll go. Blessed said, again, O mighty armed, listen to my highest instructions for the good of yours, my beloved. My origin is known neither to gods nor to the multitude of great sages, for I am the progenitor of all gods and all great sages. Among mortals, he who cognizes me, unborn, originless, the great Lord of the universe, such truly non-deluded one becomes free from the bondage of his fate. There's a typo. That's interesting. Awareness of actions, wisdom, resoluteness, all forgiveness, honesty, self-control, calm, joy, pain, birth, death, fear, and fearlessness. Oh no. Compassion, equanimity, contentment, spiritual aspiration, generosity, fame, and infamy. I create all of this diversity of states of living beings. The 7 great sages and the 4 Manus prior to them also were born of my nature, and by my thought. From them all nations originated. He who cognized my greatness and my yoga is really deeply immersed into yoga. There is no doubt about this. I am the source of everything. Everything originates from me. Having understood this, the wise worship me with great delight. Directing their thoughts at me, devoting their lives to me, enlightening each other, always conversing about me, they are happy and content. To them, always full of love, I give Buddhi Yoga, by means of which they attain me. Helping them, I dispel the darkness of ignorance from their Atmans by the radiance of knowledge. Arjuna said, You are the supreme God, the supreme abode, the perfect purity, the universal soul, the primordial, our eternal Lord. All sages proclaimed you thus. Oh no. Divine sage Narada and Asita and Devala and Vyasa, and now you yourself told me the same. I believe in the truth of everything said by you. Your manifestations, O blessed Lord, are comprehensible neither to gods nor to demons. You alone know yourself as the Atman of Atmans, as the supreme soul, as the source of all creatures, as the ruler of everything existing, as the Lord of gods, as the master of the universe. Tell me in full about your divine glory, in which you abide, pervading all the worlds. How can I cognize you, O yogi, by constant contemplation? In what forms should I think about you, O blessed one?
Hmm.
It's your turn, Sam.
Okay, I will try. I'm reading from my phone though, so.
Okay.
I'll mute so there's no carryover.
All right. Tell me again in detail about your yoga and glory. I can never be satiated listening to your life-giving words, Krishna said. Let it be as you wish. I will tell you about my divine glory, but only the most important of it, since there is no limit to my manifestations. O conqueror of enemies, I am the Atman that resides in the hearts of all beings. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all creatures. Of the Aditas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of all winds, I am the ruler of winds. Of other lights, I am the moon. Of the Vedas, I am the Sama Veda. Of gods, I am the king of gods. Of the Indriyas, I am the mind. In all beings, I am the life-giving force. Of the Rudras, I am Shankara. I am the ruler of the divine and demonic. Of the Vasus, I am fire. Of mountains, I am Meru. Know me, O Partha, as the head of the priests of Brihaspati. Of warrior chiefs, I am Skanda. Of water bodies, I am the ocean. Of great rishis, I am Brigu. Of words, I am Om. Of offerings, I am chanting of mantras. Of the immovable, I am the Himalayas. Of trees, I am Ashvatha. Of the Gandharvas, I am Chitratha. Of perfect ones, I am wise Kapila. Of horses, know me as something, born of nectar. Among kingly elephants, I am Alravata. Among men, I am the king. Of weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Of cows, I am
These are the important ones.
Kamaduka. Of procreating ones, I am Kandarpa. Of serpents, I am Vasuki. Of the Nagas, I am Ananta. Of inhabitants of the sea, I am Varuna. Of ancestors, I am Aryama. Of judges, I am Yama. Of the datas, I am Pralada. Of those who count, I am. I've lost my place. Of those who count, I am the time. Of wild animals, I am the lion. Of birds, I am Garuda. Of purifying elements, I am the wind. Of warriors, I am Rama. Of fishes, I am Makara. Of rivers, I am the Ganges. For creations, I am the beginning and the end and the middle. Of all sciences, I am the science about the divine Atman. I am also the speech of those endowed with eloquence. Of the letters, I am A, and I am also the duality in combinations of letters. I am the eternal time. I am the all-pervasive creator. I am all-devouring death and the origin of everything to be. Of women's qualities, I am uncommonness, beauty, exquisite speech, memory, wit, constancy, forgiveness. Of hymns, I am Brihatsaman. Of the meters, I am Gayatri. Of the months, I am Magashira. Of the seasons, I am blossoming spring. I am in gambling of cheats. I am in the magnificent of most magnificent things. I am victory. I am resoluteness. I am the truth of the truthful. Of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva. Of the Pandavas, I am Dahanjaya. Of Munis, I am Vyasa. Of singers, I am Ushana. I am punishment for crime. I am morals seeking for those seeking victory. Something.
Next page. Next page is.
Seeking victory. I am the silence of secret. I am the knowledge of knowers. I am everything which is the semen of everything existing, O Arjuna. There is nothing moving or non-moving which can exist without me. There is no limit to my divine power, O conqueror of enemies. All that was declared to you are but examples of my divine glory. All which is mighty, true, beautiful, firm, know that all this is but a trifling part of my magnificence. But of what use have you for the knowledge of all these details, O Arjuna? Having enlivened the whole universe with a minute of myself, I remain. Thus, in the Upanishads of the blessed Bhagavad Gita, the science of eternal, the scripture of yoga, says the 10th conversation between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, entitled Manifestation of Power.
Okay, I lied. The next one's my favorite.
That was a struggle.
All right. Is it my turn? I forget. Yes. Yes, it is. Arjuna said, "Out of compassion, you revealed to me this highest mystery of the divine Atman. It has dispelled my ignorance. You have told me, O lotus-eyed, how all beings arise and disappear. I have learned also about your imperishable greatness. As you describe yourself, O great Lord, I am thirsting to see you in your divine form, O Supreme Spirit. If you hold me worthy to see it, O God, then show me your eternal being, O Lord of Yoga." Krishna said, "Behold, O Partha, my form of hundred faces, of thousand shapes, divine, multicolored, multifarious. Behold, Adityas, Vasis, Rudras, Asvins, Maruts. Behold, countless miracles, O Bharata. Behold in my being, O God, Gadakesha, the entire universe, moving and non-moving, with everything that you desire to see. But truly you are not capable of seeing me with your eyes, so I endow you with divine eyes. Behold my supreme yoga. Sanjaya said. Oh, we have a third person now in the conversation. Having uttered
That's
this, huh?
that's again, if you remember when we first started out,
Oh, that.
basically the framing of this is that there is this guy Sanyaya who has the gift of farsight, and
Mhm.
he's reporting to his king. So
Ah, yes, yes.
that's what's happening here.
Okay. Having uttered this, the great Lord of Yoga showed to Arjuna his universal form, with countless eyes and mouths, with many miraculous sights, with numerous divine adornments, brandishing numerous divine weapons, in divine garments and necklaces, anointed with divine fragrant oils, with faces to all sides, all wonderful, flaming, infinite. And if the shining of thousand suns blazed forth in the sky, it would be comparable to the glory of his great soul. It's Ben's turn.
You're great, Des.
Yeah. In it, Arjuna saw the whole universe subdivided into many worlds, but united into one in the body of the highest deity. Then astonished Arjuna bowed his head to the deity, joined his palms and spoke. Arjuna said, "In you, O God, I see gods, all kinds of beings, the Lord Brahman seated in a wonderful lotus asana, all rishis and wondrous celestial serpents. With countless arms, bellies, mouths, eyes, everywhere I see you. Unlimited are your manifestations. My eyes can see neither the beginning nor the middle nor the end of your glory, O infinite boundless Lord. I behold your radiance, your infinite omnipresent light, with discs, diadems, and scepters. Like blazing flame or a dazzling sun, you radiate the rays of light hard to look at. You are beyond my thinking, O imperishable Lord, the supreme goal, the foundation of the universe, the immortal keeper of the eternal Dharma, the primordial soul. Thus my mind conceives you. There is neither the beginning of you nor the middle nor the end. You are unlimited in your power. Your arms are countless. Like suns and moons are your eyes. When I behold your face, it blazes like sacrificial fire and scorches the world with your glory. You alone fill the heaven and the earth and everything which is extended invisibly between them. The whole triune world trembles in front of you, O mighty one, in front of your terrifying face. Hosts of gods surrender to you, folding palms in awe. All appeal to you, and armies of saints praising you make hymns that sound throughout the entire universe. And hosts of Rudras, Adityas, Vasus, and Satyas, Vishwas, Ashwins, Maruts, ancestors, Gandharvas, Asuras, Yakshas, gods, all are admiring you. Seeing your mighty form with eyes and mouths of untold number, with rows of fearsome teeth, with a vast breast, with countless hands and feet, the worlds are trembling, and so am I. Like a rainbow in heaven, you are shining with dazzling light, with mouths wide open and giant flaming eyes. You permeate my Atman. As I behold you, my strength fades away, my peace vanishes. Like flaming glittering swords are your numerous teeth in the open fearful jaws. The sight of them terrifies me. I do not know where to hide from the vision of you. Be merciful, O Lord, the refuge of the worlds. Dhritarashtra's sons and many rulers from various countries of the earth, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and heroes from the both belligerent parties, all they are rushing into your open mouth, where rows of teeth glittered fearfully. Like mighty millstones, they grind all warriors, clutched between them, turning their bodies to ashes.
You. Krishna sounds disgusting.
Yeah, that one was my favorite part.
All right. Sam or Max.
Okay. As waters of rivers rapidly and violently rush toward the great ocean, even so these mighty warriors, rulers of the earth, rush headlong into your open burning mouths. As a moth swiftly flies into a flame to die in it, So they rush into the dreadful jaws to disappear in them and find death there. Devouring everything in all directions, the fire of your countless tongues burns to ashes all creatures. The space is filled with your radiance. The world is blazing under your all-pervading rays, O Lord. Reveal to me your essence. Your vision is frightening me beyond all measure. I prostrate myself in front of you. Have mercy on me, O mighty Lord. What is concealed in you, I aspire to know. But your present form is terrifying to me. Krishna said, I am the time that brings despair to the world, that slays all people, manifesting its law on earth. No one of the warriors arraying here for battle will escape death. You alone will not cease to live. Therefore, arise and reach your glory, vanquish your enemies, and enjoy the power of your kingdom. They are already slain by my will. You are to provide just the outer appearance to slay them with your hand. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and all the warriors present here are doomed to die. Therefore, fight boldly, O Arjuna, and the victory on this battlefield will be yours. Sanjaya said, having heard the words said by the Lord, Arjuna, trembling and prostrating, addressed Krishna again with voice faltering of fear. The worlds are right to rejoice in praising you in songs and hymns, beholding your magnificence, O Hireshkra. Hosts of saints prostrate in front of you, and demons scatter in fear. And how can they not venerate the great Atman, which is superior to Brahman, O Infinite One? The Lord of all righteous men, the refuge of all worlds, eternal, you are both beingness and non-beingness, and that which is beyond them. Among gods, no one is superior to you, the primordial one, the supreme refuge of everything living. You pervade the entire universe, O cognizable, O omniscient. The whole universe is contained in your form. You are the god of wind, the god of life, the god of death, the god of fire, the god of water. You are the moon, the father, the progenitor of all beings. Be praised 1,000 times again and again, be ever praised. All prostrate in front of you, hail to you from all sides. There is neither limit to your might nor measure to your power. You include everything since you are everything. If sometimes I inadvertently addressed you as my friend, O Krishna, O my friend, I did this out of my emotions, being unaware of your greatness. And if, when resting, joking, playing, eating, or having fun, I did not show the respect due to you, being alone with you or with other friends, I beseech you, forgive me my sin, O immeasurable.
I'm sorry I enjoyed food. I had a good time with my friends. Anyway, Max.
Hold on.
I
Hold on.
have nothing to hold on to.
Go get Sam to do it. My
What?
turn. I'm telling Roro to go get Sam to put in the food order that she wants so I can read. Okay. The father of the worlds and of everything moving or non, the most honorable and glorious Guru. There is nothing comparable to you. Who can excel you? Who in all worlds can surpass your glory? I prostrate myself in awe before you and implore you, be forbearing with me. Be my father, be my friend. As loving one with his beloved, even so you bear with me. I beheld your glory seen by no one before. I am shivering with fear and joy. I implore you, assume your previous form. Have mercy on me, O Lord of gods and refuge of worlds. I strive to see former you in your glittering crown, and with kingly mace in your hand. Show me your form, which is known and dear to me. Hide this multi-armed appearance of yours, unbearable for mortals. Krishna said, Arjuna, by my grace you came to know my supreme and eternal form, which is revealed only in yoga, in mergence with the Atman. Of all men around, no one but you has seen it. Neither merits, nor knowing the Vedas, nor offerings, nor exploits of ascetics, nor profoundness of knowledge. Nothing is able to reveal this concealed form of mine that you saw. Allow your confusion and trepidation, allay, rather. Do not be afraid about seeing my awesome form. Forget your fear. Cheer up your spirit. Behold, my form well known to you. Sanjaya said, having said these words, Krishna assumed his usual appearance and comforted shocked Arjuna. The Great One assumed again his gracious form. Arjuna said, "Seeing again your gracious human appearance, I am coming to myself and regaining my normal state." Krishna said, "That form of mine which you have seen is very hard to see. Even gods are ever eager to see it. One cannot see me such as you have seen, even if he knows all the Vedas, performs ascetic exploits, makes offerings. Only love can behold me thus." Where'd it go? Wait. Okay. Or Arjuna. "Only love can contemplate me in my innermost essence and merge with me. He who does everything only for me, for whom I am the supreme goal, who loves me, who is detached, devoid of enmity. Such one comes to me, O Pandava." Thus, in the Upanishads of the blessed Bhagavad Gita, the science of eternal, the scripture of yoga, says the 11th conversation between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, entitled Vision of the Universal Form.
Ooh.
Yeah, that one was my favorite one.
Terrifying form. Why so scary, Krishna?
I want someone to like do a fanfic of that and just draw it out.
I'm sure somebody's tried. Feels like something somebody's tried to draw. Death's turn. Arjuna said, this is the 12th conversation, Bhakti Yoga. Arjuna said, "Who is more successful in yoga, those full of love for you or those worshipping the incognizable unmanifest?" Krishna said, "They who fix the mind on me are devoted to me and constantly aspire to me. They are more successful in yoga." I feel like this is a dumb moment, Arjuna. Like, after everything Krishna has said to you. Anyway, sorry. They who worship the indestructible, untold, unmanifest, omnipresent, incognizable, immutable, unmovable, eternal, who conquered their Indriyas, who are equally calm about everything, who are happy about the good of others, they too come to me. But for those who direct their thoughts to the unmanifest, this achievement is more difficult. It is harder for them to progress. They who renounce the Maya for the sake of me and keep concentration on me, practicing yoga, O Partha, I promptly raise them above the ocean of births and deaths, for they dwell with the souls in me. Fix your thoughts on me. Submerge yourself as a consciousness into me. Verily, then you will live in me. But if you are not able to fix your thoughts steadily on me, try to reach me by practicing yoga. O Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya. If you are not you're not capable of doing constantly yoga exercises, then dedicate yourself to serving me, performing only those actions which are needful to me, and you will achieve perfection. If you are not able of doing even this, then seek mergence with me by renouncing the personal profit of your activity. Restrain yourself in this way. Knowledge is more important than exercises. Meditation is more important than knowledge. But renouncing personal profit is more important than meditation, because after such renunciation, peace comes. He who is hostile to no living being, who is friendly and compassionate, without worldly attachments and egoism, even-minded among joy and sorrow, all forgiving, ever content, seeking unity with me, resolutely cognizing the Atman, devoted the mind and consciousness to me, such a loving me disciple is dear to me. He who does not injure people and does not suffer from them, who is free from anxiety, elation, anger, fear, such one is dear to me. He who requires nothing from others, who is pure, knowing, passionless, selfless, who has abandoned all undertakings, such as loving me, disciple, is dear to me. He who neither falls in love nor hates, who neither grieves nor seeks self-profit, who is transcended good and bad, and who is full of love, such one is dear to me. And now it's Ben's turn.
Equal toward a friend and toward a foe, the same toward glorification and disgrace, in warmth and in cold, among joy and sorrow, free from worldly attachments. Regarding equally praise and blame, laconic, content with everything that happens, not attached to home, determined in decisions, full of love, such a person is dear to me. Verily, all who share this life-giving wisdom, who are imbued with faith, for whom I am the supreme goal, such loving me people are dear to me above all. Thus, in the Upanishads of the Blessed Bhagavad Gita, the science of eternal, the scripture of yoga says the 12th conversation between Sri Krishna and Arjuna entitled Bhakti Yoga.
We did it.
Yeah, should we talk about what
Oh,
we've
sure,
read
we
so?
can. Yeah. So this seems to be more insights. I imagine this is more culturally relevant because there's got to be people who are like, well, if I just do this and this, I'll be good. Or if I do this and this, I'll
Yes.
be good. And so this is a conversation dissecting those little acts, right? I think we see this even in our own culture frequently with different religions here in the U.S. I know the Christian culture certainly has a like, well, if I just go feed the homeless every Saturday, then I get to go to heaven. The end,
Right.
right? And so I
Or if I
think,
just pray every Sunday, I get to go. Like, yeah, there's
yeah,
there's different ideas of what the thing is, and this you're absolutely right. This is addressing. I mean, by this time in history, there's already so many different yogas
yeah,
ways, and so Arjuna's like, hey man, we've got all these different choices.
what's the
What's
best
better?
choice? Yeah.
Right.
And Arjuna's like, not Arjuna, Krishna's like, they all suck. Uh, you should just be focused on me, bro.
Right. Basically, I mean, they all work, but don't get it twisted. Just pay attention to me mainly.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Ben?
Um, yeah,
Not
Ben, what do you
not
think?
to stop you from talking, Max. I just
No, that's fine. Someone has to.
Yeah, well, basically there was a whole bunch of, I mean, when he reveals his quote-unquote true form,
mm-hmm.
basically he gives a ton of examples, but basically what he says is, yeah, I'm everything there is. So, um, he's everything. So whatever happens is him acting basically, and I mean, that's also the part where he says, so basically these warriors that are assembled here, they are going to die anyway because I mean, or I am going to kill them anyway at some point. So
Right.
you can just do your duty and
Mm-hmm.
slay them because whatever is happening is my will anyway, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the vital clarification of the worry of earlier of just kill them. They'll die anyway. It's fine. Because this is an order coming from the supreme godhead saying, look, they're gonna die. I will kill them if you don't do it,
Yeah.
right? And also I'll be disappointed in you if you
And
don't
I'll
do
be
it. So
disappointed. You will be sad. Then what will you do, Arjuna?
Which is honestly a bit weird to me because well, from my perspective, I mean, even if Arjuna decided not to go to battle, I mean, even that would be, I mean, the Atman acting, but maybe that's where the cultural imperative or whatever you kind of want to call it comes into to basically, yeah, uphold the Dharma and do your assigned duty, which assigned to you, which came to you through your birth and your caste.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hope that made sense what I just said.
It does.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool beans. Do you guys want to do another conversation, or are we feeling like, done for this week?
You do one more.
Okay. Ben, do you want to finish out this page then?
Sure. Field and knower of the field. Arjuna said about Prakriti and Purusha, also about field and knower of the field, about wisdom and about everything which is needed to know. I would like to hear from you, O Keshava. Krishna said, this body, O Kaunteya, is called field. He who knows it is called by the sages knower of the field. Know me as the knower of the field in all fields. True knowledge about the field and the knower of the field is what I call wisdom, O Bharata. What is this field and what is its nature? How it changes and where it is from? Also, who is he and what is his power? All this I am going to tell you in brief. All this was sang by sages in various hymns and in the word of Brahma Sutra and full of reason. Knowing the great elements, the individual I, the mind, the unmanifest, the 11 indriyas and 5 pastures of the indriyas, humility, honesty, kindness, all forgiveness, simplicity, serving the teacher, purity, steadfastness, self-control, dispassion toward earthly objects, absence of egoism, understanding the essence of suffering and the evil of new births, of old age and of sickness, absence of worldly attachments, freedom from enslavement by children, wife, and home, being ever in the state of peace among desired or undesired events, steadfast and pure love for me, wholehearted intent to abandon vain relations with people, being self-sufficient.
All right. Sam or Max?
I'll go. Constancy in spiritual search, striving to gain the true wisdom. All this is acknowledged as true, everything else is ignorance. I will reveal to you what has been known, and having been known brings one to immortality. This is Supreme Brahman, who has no origin and is beyond the limits of existence and non-existence of beings. His hands, feet, eyes, heads, mouths are everywhere. Omniscient, he abides in the world, embracing everything. He has no organs of perception, yet he perceives everything. Having no attachments to anything, yet sustaining all beings, free from the 3 gunas and using the gunas, inside his body and outside of all beings, staying in calm and yet acting, elusive in his subtlety, being always near and yet at the unspeakable distance, such is imperishable he. Not divided among beings and yet existing separately in everyone, he is cognized as the helper of all. He embraces all beings with himself and guides them in their development. About him, about the light of all lights, it is said that he is beyond the darkness. He is wisdom, the goal of every wisdom, cognized by wisdom, residing in the hearts of all. Such are the field, the wisdom, and the object of wisdom, in brief. Having known them, my devoted disciple cognizes my essence. Know that both Purusha and Prakriti have no origin. Know also that advancement in the gunas happens thanks to one's existence in Prakriti. Prakriti is considered as the source giving origin to causes and effects, and Purusha is the cause of experiencing pleasant and unpleasant. Being in Prakriti, embodied Purusha necessarily merges with the gunas that originate in Prakriti. An attachment to a certain guna is the cause of incarnation of Purusha in good or bad conditions. Observing, supporting, all receiving the highest ruler, also the divine Atman. This is how the Supreme Spirit in this body is called. He who cognized thus Purusha, Prakriti, and the 3 gunas, in whatever conditions he lives, he is not subject to new births anymore. Some meditating in the Atman cognize the Atman from within the Atman. Others cognize the Atman through Sankhya Yoga. Others yet through this Karma Yoga. Also, those who are unaware about this, but having heard from others worship this sincerely, they too become free from the way of death through partaking of what they heard. O best of the Bharatas, know that all existing, moving and non-moving, originates from the interaction between the field and the knower of the field. He who sees the Supreme Lord non-perishing in the perishing and equally present in all beings, his seeing is true.
All right. Max, you want to finish this out?
Sure. He who really sees Ishvara equally present everywhere, he cannot stray from the true path. He who sees that all actions are realized only in Prakriti and that the Atman remains in calm, he truly sees. When he comprehends that various existence of beings is rooted in one and originates from him, then he attains Brahman. The eternal and non-bound by Prakriti, divine Atman, though residing in bodies, does not act and cannot be influenced, O Kaunteya. As the omnipresent void does not intermix with anything because of its subtlety, so does the Atman reside in bodies intermixes with nothing. But as the sun illuminates the earth, even so the ruler of the field illuminates the entire field, O Bharata. The one who sees with the eyes of wisdom this difference between the field and the knower of the field, and knows the process of liberating the Indriyas from Prakriti, such one appreciates the supreme goal. Thus, in the Upanishads of the Blessed Bhagavad Gita, the science of the eternal, the scripture of yoga says the 13th conversation between Sri Krishna and Arjuna entailed field and the knower of the field.
We did it!
We did it!
Yay!
Will you go to the previous page real quick? Good. There was something in here. Oh, right. So, when they're talking about Purusha, Prakriti, and the three gunas, that's all got to do with Hindu metaphysics.
Mm-hmm.
So the gunas is like their understanding of atoms and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have to do a little bit of research to remember all of the finer details.
So
but
the way
that's... Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so basically, gunas, I think they are mentioned here. The gunas are basically qualities, and I know them from the context of food, basically. So there are the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. And Sattva is basically everything that is nourishing, that is healthy, that's pointing toward growth and stuff. And Rajas is basically a nervous energy and sort of anxious, very hectic sort of thing, and Tamas is basically very what do you want to call it? A sloth-like quality. So basically, it numbs the body and the mind and stuff, and it moves you away from the path to liberation and whatnot, and health and truth and all that jazz.
Sweet. Yeah, so those get like they get incorporated into the whole of reality. So everything has these types of qualities and different mixtures and all of that. It's been so long since I've looked at it. I just felt it was worth mentioning because those probably come across to people who haven't like done research in this stuff as like, what the heck is this? You know? And I'm still like that even though I've done research. So
it's a lot of new terms, and there's just layers and layers and layers to this stuff.
okay, so yeah, Prakriti, considered as the source giving origin to causes and effects. So that would be essentially the bedrock of reality, although that would actually be Krishna, but this is the non-God version of that. And Purusha, the cause of experiencing pleasant and unpleasant. I feel like that would be more akin to consciousness, but not explicitly consciousness, more like the act of cognizing. No, not even cognizing, because they're using that specifically. Yeah, I guess what it says.
So in my translation, Prakriti is also called nature, and the world of. So the field is the world of nature. It says here, and Purusha, as you just said, Max, is pure consciousness, apparently.
Oh, it is. Okay.
but they're both without beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I mean, everything that is in material nature originates in the pure consciousness. Yes, it says again, everything in nature is made up of the three qualities, the three gunas.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It also mentions in them in detail here the calm. What's the word? The calm kindness, basically, passionate acting, and basically dull. Dull.
Torpor comes
Indifference,
up a
so to
lot
speak.
in that one too. We did it. We figured it out what
We
those words
did it.
are.
Go team.
Yeah.
Proud of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's complicated stuff.
So then next time we'll pick up at conversation 14.
Liberation from the three gunas. Hey, look, that's good. Good title.
I mean, there are really, or at least it seems to me that there's a lot of repetition going on. I mean, he basically says the same things over and over, only in from different perspectives, basically, or different approaches. But it's always the same thing, I feel.
We're trying to avoid the telephone game problem.
Yeah.
If we say this to you enough times, you'll get it right.
Yeah, that could be it. So the more we speak, perhaps the more, or the fewer confusions there can arise.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The safety of redundancy.
Mm.
Do we like this
But I
version
mean,
enough to stick to it?
oh yeah, I'm cool with this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's I appreciate that the numbers are back, so I can
Yep.
basically read along with my version, which
Oh, okay.
actually is in some ways similar, but it expands on many of the concepts or of the things that are said.
Ah.
So yeah, I mean, what you have here, when basically one verse is just one sentence, but in my book it's basically a paragraph.
Wow.
Yeah,
You got the teacher's edition.
it's very elaborate, which is great because it explains a lot of things.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You can help us go into more detail next time as well.
Yeah.
I will do that.
So fancy.
Maybe I should read ahead so I have a little bit of an idea what's coming up.
Don't feel obligated, but if you're like, yeah, I want to do this, then that'd be cool.
Yeah, good.
If it's rustling your jimmies.
Yeah.